Okay, this door handle on the interior door, as the spring has gone inside, so we used it once and it ended up being floppy like that, so it doesn't return to its position. And if we take that off, you can see inside, and what's happened is this little spring here has snapped inside. So what you need to do is you need to disassemble this if you want to repair it and replace the spring. Here are the springs I've used. So you can get a nice big pack of these, and they're all the same size on this particular package, but I think they're fairly interchangeable, and that's how they look. So you can just see that kind of outline there. So you'll also need a special pair of tools to make it easy, and that's what these are here. And what you need to do is remove this small snap ring here. So as you can see, they've got, so these have actually got very tiny points, and when you press them, rather than closing, they actually open, because what you need to do is you need to pull that snap ring off. There is a warning, of course, make sure you protect your eyes because you're dealing with springs and clips and they can fire out, so just be careful there. But let's go through the procedure. So take the handle off, obviously, get your two little prongs into there. There we go. Okay, so that took quite a lot of goes. I had to put my finger under there just to coax this spring out. Now it's very springy, obviously, because it's holding the whole mechanism in. So let's just try and get this out. There we go, right. So there's this little spring. And when you put your pins in, look, you can open it up like that. So you need to do that and then lever it up like that. And once you've done that, you can put that to the side. Then we've got a little washer here, little collar. You've got this piece here, and then underneath will be our broken spring. And there it is, look, snapped here. Should have joined up to there, so that's what's broken. So let's just take that off. There's our handle. It's also got a little washer in. Take the spring out. There's a tiny bit of grease in here, so just prepare that. Prepare for sticky fingers, but that's that spring there. And if we line it up to the new ones, there we go. A good match. So let's get one of these out. And then we need to put this back into position. Okay, so depending on which way you're going, you need to make sure you're visualizing how the handle goes. So for ours, it goes like that. So put the handle back in. Make sure you've got all the little washers in place. And then once you've done that, it's time for the spring. So you have to visualize that the handle will be going down on this side. You need to put the swan neck piece up there. And then as you can see now, I'm locking that little piece there into one of these. That goes around there, that locking pin, and then you can turn it down. Now if you hold it into position, you've got a nice bit of spring tension there. So that's how it's going to go. The use of this piece is stopping it going too far up or too far down. So we'll put that in a minute, but just make sure everything's lined up. And this is where you have to be, protect your eyesight, because if this pings off, it could go anywhere. And the next piece will be getting this little locking pin in as well. So this piece here, that's, if you tension up slightly, and again, you can see these inside little jaws, which actually one's slightly snapped, look. Right, so if you place that in like that, what that will do is this top piece again goes on the post, and that stops the handle going upwards. So you can see that's why that stopped. And then at the bottom here, when you open the handle, this big piece down here stops you going too far down. So get all those pieces in, make sure they're all nice and squashed up. And then when you've done that, it's a simple case of getting your locking ring back in. Now my one did have one of these, which seems a little bit overkill. I'm not quite sure why that's on there, but you may not have that. And then it's a case of opening the jaws and then pushing this back on, and that's job done. So let's have a look. Not quite sure why I've got that, but I'm going to omit that one on mine because this, with a new spring, that is very tight. I think that would have been put in when it was replaced or repaired. But let's put this in. Doesn't matter which way this goes, but lock into position. Get it round, and it should lock into place. So, and there we go, that is now in. So that's this little locking pin here, that's all gone in okay. There's no play on the handle. So this is how it works: under tension, opening, and when you let go of the handle, that goes up to there, and that will that locking pin up there, that's a little stay, stops it going past the post. So yeah, very nice. And that one there, as you can see, it just stops the handle going too far down. So that's it, job done. As a side note, the other handle didn't have this piece, so I'm not quite sure if that was put in just to fill any slight discrepancies in the width of that spring or other bits and pieces, but there's no way that will go back in now because that's fully locked in position. Trying to get that back in there would be very difficult, so it might just about go, but I think it would make it very tight, so I'm going to leave that one off. Like I say, it didn't have it in the other handle, so I don't think there's much loss there. It's actually very soft metal, and yeah, that is it. The handle has been reassembled. Thanks for watching.